Alright, hello and welcome back to another wee bit of a video. Today's video we're going to be talking about Jayson Tatum. The question for today, can Jayson Tatum actually come back? And if he does, could he actually help this team in the playoffs? Now, for those of you that are living under a rock, Jayson Tatum tore his Achilles. And, you know, when he tore his Achilles, I want to say it was sometime in May. Feels like it was May. There was a lot of Achilles injuries that happened last year, unfortunately. And an Achilles injury, once upon a time, used to be a career ender. It used to be very, very, very damning. Jayson Tatum, Damian Lillard, Tyrese, DeJounte Murray, James Wiseman, and Isaiah Jackson all had Achilles tears. Now, there's one guy who seemingly has a chance to return this season of the players who, you know, tore it later on in the season. And that's Jayson Tatum. We haven't heard a peep about DeJounte Murray. Tyrese Halliburton, he's out. There has literally been no talks on him. Damian Lillard, there's been no talks on him. But Jayson Tatum, when it comes to medical stuff, I'm no doctor. So when I see this stuff, I can't tell you for a fact like, oh my God, this is crazy. But it really just feels like of everyone who's torn their Achilles in the past 5 years, Jayson Tatum has just had a very crazy recovery. I mean, even him doing this was posted 8 days ago. This looks good. Now, obviously, it's not full throttle. You don't see him running around or really doing too much physical contact. But, man, he looks good for someone who's, what, 6 months-ish, 7 months from an Achilles tear. This is really encouraging stuff. And don't take my word for it, right? We're not putting a timeline on it as we haven't the whole time. I think that one of the things that everybody can see is that we didn't apply for a disabled player exception this year, which was a conscious decision for a lot of reasons. Now, a disabled player exception means that salary-wise, I'm not sure if it's getting money back or have more leeway, but it's a financial flexibility move. Now, because they didn't apply for it, it shows some indication of, well, you never know. And when you have a guy who's averaging 26.8 points, 8.7 rebounds, 6 assists in the 2024-25 season, and already an NBA champion, and a guy who's an All-NBA, when you add that to the current Celtics roster back, that can change everything. The Celtics are the 4th seed, tied for the 4th seed at the very least, at 15-11, and they've been without Jayson Tatum. Now, if he gets back in this Eastern Conference, who's to say, and again, we're assuming he's back to who he was, but who's to say that the Celtics can't be top dogs in the East in the playoffs? Now, I know the Knicks beat them last year, and so you could be saying, well, the Knicks did it, so they'll do it again. I'm not even arguing against the Knicks. What I'm saying is the East is open. Despite what some people might want to believe or what people might want to say, none of these teams are proven. The team who proved themselves to take themselves to that finals was the Pacers. Well, guess what? They're 6-21. The team before that, Celtics, won the championship. Well, guess what? Jayson Tatum could return. Pistons haven't proven anything. Knicks, Raptors, Magic, Sixers, Heat. Doesn't matter. None of these teams have done damage in the playoffs, so therefore you have an open East. Jaylen Brown has been absolutely phenomenal. He's going to be All-NBA. He's going to be an All-Star. Payton Pritchard's averaging 16 on the year. Jordan Walsh has had some really impressive games. Derek White, while he's not what he was last year, a big portion of that, let's be honest, is when Jayson Tatum's on the court, there's not nearly as much focus as there is on Derek White, and he can do more. Anthony Simons off the bench as a scoring where, you know, maybe every other game he can, you know, make an impact off the bench. He's not one of those every game kind of guys where he's going to constantly make an impact, but off the bench with JT back especially, you know, frees up the court for everyone else. And you look at the Celtics stats, everything that Jayson Tatum brings to the table, they would use everything. 3-point field goals, they take the second most of the NBA. Jayson Tatum shoots a lot of threes. When it comes to rebounds, they're 19th in the NBA. They need more defensive rebounding especially. Guess who has defensive rebounds? Jayson Tatum. Their defensive rating is 17th in the NBA. Not great. Guess who plays really good defense? Jayson Tatum. Now, again, all of this factors in, well, if he does come back, let's just assume in the first round. Let's say he comes back in the first round. Is he, after all that time off, going to be the same player and just make an immediate impact? Probably not. Probably not. But if they're the 7th seed or 8th seed, first round, having to play Pistons or Knicks would not be ideal. Now, I know I'm not the highest on the Pistons for winning the championship, but the Pistons will win a first round matchup no matter who they play. Modern medicine has just done wonders. You know, players are doing things that we never thought they'd do. Again, once upon a time, Achilles tear would be a career ender. Look at Kevin Durant now, playing really, really high-level basketball. Jayson Tatum. I'm very curious, you know, as a person who should hate the Celtics. I don't necessarily hate them because I'm a Laker fan, so I should hate them. But I don't necessarily hate them because I'm a fan of Jayson Tatum, you know, nice guy. And again, I can't stress this enough. The team not applying for a disabled player exception says that there's a chance. And all you need is a chance, right? When you get to the playoffs, if JT gets to where he was, immediately the Boston Celtics in the East emerge as title contenders. You know, it's not looking that way now, 15 and 11, but it's still the 4th seed because it is the East. But immediately, if he gets back to where he was, I would take the Celtics over all these teams, even the Knicks, just because, in my opinion, Jayson Tatum is that good. All in all, though, I'm really shocked at just seeing how well he's progressing. And again, all you got to do, and it's not as simple as I'm framing it to be, because again, even if he does get back, he has to play how he used to. But all you got to do if you're the Celtics to give yourself a chance is put yourself to be in the second round. And if he's back, you can beat anyone. Celtics fans, I know you guys could agree with me on that one. He's just that kind of player where you don't even need to be a Celtic fan. You just need to be a fan of the NBA watching to know the kind of impact Jayson Tatum makes. And again, all the things that the Celtics could use to be better. Jayson Tatum makes the three-point shooting better because he's a really good three-point shooter. He makes the defensive rebounding better because he's a good defensive rebounder. And the defense that's been, you know, bottom average would be immediately better. So it's just a whole other dimension. And that, again, they could be title contenders if he is on his way back. And just what I'm saying is, the whole point of this video, keep an eye out for Jayson Tatum. Keep an eye out for what could happen with the Boston Celtics. Things can get really, really wicked. And I know an Achilles tear is nothing to mess around with, but in 2025, I'm just not going to doubt modern medicine. Crazy things happen. You know, with the whole Damian Lillard coming back from the blood clot that early, that was also crazy. So we'll see, though. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate you guys for watching. For the like, subscribe, goes a long way to the channel. As always, this is Ollie Been Different. All we've been different, and we out.